Hey, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Kind of have a long intro today, so those folks who just want to jump on into it, let me give you the standard. Today we're doing the abbreviated version of yours and theirs. As a reminder, Sunday check-in is a baseline reading only, no clarifiers. And like always with yours and theirs, take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person may not be about a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex, that type of situation. It's whomever's in the dynamic as I'm describing it. Having said that, it could be about a family member or friend. I don't know. It's up to you. Going back to the main point, take what resonates, leave what does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. Your sign, like always, will be time-stamped in the description box as well as the comments I got you. I will see you at your sign. Now, for everyone else who stuck around for the update, I appreciate that. I always have to kind of go through the basics, as you know. And I will do my best to keep this intro short. It's just on my own particular timeline. This spans back some time, so if you see a lot of edit points, that's me trying to figure out how to relay this information in a way that is more or less in order and makes sense, okay? But I do feel you need to know. I don't, hopefully, I covered all my bases for the upcoming messages over the next couple of weeks. But just in case there is a mislabeling or a message doesn't come out on time or there's an edit issue, okay, that's what I'm speaking to for the next couple of weeks, okay? So myself, personally, next week, I will be going in for a corrective surgical procedure. Don't want to alarm you. Let me tell you what's up. About, let's see, where were we? In May, or right around May, I discovered a kind of hard mass on an old scar line, okay? So typically when you find abnormalities around any sort of scars, particularly right under it, that's the first thing that should be looked at. And so I immediately took it to my plastic surgeon who I worked with 3 years ago, and she's absolutely wonderful. I 100% recommend her. If I remember, Christina, put her credentials somewhere so you can see it. And I immediately went to her, and she says most likely it's hardened scar tissue, okay, but most likely somehow I managed to disrupt a deep suture. Of course I would do that. So let me back up. For some of you who've been around the channel for, gosh, I'm here a little over 4 years now. Okay. Around 3 years ago, I had fairly intensive abdominoplasty. To be specific, a fleur-de-lis. To be, well, just to use in common terms, a really intense tummy tuck. So I did a comprehensive one where the abdominal walls for me were fully reshaped. They had to be. So let's see, my daughter's now 11. She was born in 2013, and prior to that, 9.5 months, 9.5 months, I was in horrible pain. A lot of women enjoy their pregnancies, and that's wonderful. That's ideal. I was not one of them. Mine was incredibly painful. I was conscious and aware of my pregnancy every minute of the day, and I was always in discomfort, particularly around my stomach area, abdominal area. And I'm someone who kind of takes pride on my personal fitness, my personal health care, that kind of thing. And so I was hyper aware of what I was experiencing. Like I said, it was painful. And then even after pregnancy, it didn't get better. In fact, my health got worse. And it turns out there was two things going on. One, my thyroid completely failed. I mean, completely failed. I had always had a temperamental thyroid, and then the pregnancy pretty much broke it. So that would explain then why I was having so many issues. They had nothing to do with my abdominal, although it did. The thyroid hormone does affect muscles and things like that. But that was a big problem, number one, and that was the focus about a year after my daughter was born. Things got pretty serious, and it took about 5 years to recover from that. And then there's the other thing that was going on, and I had, my muscles had been, well, I suppose you could say they had, over the course of the pregnancy, had become misshapen, and they never realigned properly. And that's going to cause discomfort, okay? Especially if, like me, you have a long torso. I have a long torso, and I'm used to kind of muscular development, core, I emphasize core training and things like that. So I was hyper aware of the kind of pain I was in. And it was low level, it was chronic. Some days were better than others. And I had learned to, quote unquote, live with it for almost, goodness me, 8 years. And I didn't really think that there was anything to be done about it. I really didn't. It didn't matter how much training I had. It didn't matter how much I tried to tighten up the core. If the muscles are misaligned, core training is not going to do much. They just made the muscle stronger, but they were still misshapen and out of alignment. And so it was one of those things that caused me constant chronic discomfort every day. One day I just happened to have a casual conversation with my GP about it, and she said, you should do a full tummy tuck. And I said, I said, I'm not really worried about the cosmetics. And he goes, no. A full tummy tuck, the surgeon goes in there and actively realigns the muscle walls. I was like, oh, really? So guess what? That started my kind of plastic surgery journey. And I can tell you from experience, I would 1,000% do it again. 3 times over. I would do it 4 times over, 5 times over. Because after that surgery, after that really intense, she did a brilliant job, my plastic surgeon. And she, oh my God, not only did she realign that muscle wall, she took it personally. Like she did amazing. She really tightened me up. So it wasn't just the skin, it was the muscle wall underneath it. I mean, she went deep. And let me tell you, honey, to this day, I have a pretty nice 6-pack, not gonna lie. And the thing is, I always had, it's just you couldn't see it properly. And also, P.S., I couldn't feel it. Anyway, the point is that she tightened everything back up, got the muscles back to where they need to be, but that requires deep sutures. So there's 2 types of sutures. The surface ones, okay, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing, that's most likely my lisp. The surface ones are the kind that dissolve over time. Those are easy peasy. Those are the most common type. And then there's the deep ones. They're permanent. Okay, they do not dissolve. But what they do is they keep the muscle wall, okay, and its proper shape. And the idea is that it heals that way. And it will stay that way as a core suture forever. Those deep sutures can become disrupted. Scar tissue can develop over them incorrectly and cause discomfort. And it can create those hard masses. And then also just in the general sense, that deep muscle can be disrupted and shift. And if it's provoked in the wrong ways. And guess what happened around early spring? I had adopted a new training style for deep core exercises. I wanted to take my training to another level. And that's, of course, when I started to feel things pull and move and shift. And yeah. And this, mind you, that surgery was 3 years ago. She did a great job. What I did was I disrupted the darn thing. And I looked into it. Apparently, you can do this. For some of you, you've had deep sutures yourself. You know that they can, depending on our activity and movement, and sometimes they just shift and change, and they have to be manually put back into place with a firm warning, whatever it is you did, don't do it again. And that's pretty much what I got. You with your training, stop. She goes, whatever it is you were doing before was just fine. And it's like, but you had to go and kick it up a notch. And I'm like, honey, I'm extreme. You know that. I personally think my plastic surgeon thinks I'm a hoot, but I don't really know because she's got that surgeon mask. Like, that being said, I pretty much made a vow at this point in my life that I would never, ever, ever live in a situation where I'm in constant chronic pain, ever. I don't care if it's low functioning. This is something I could ignore if I wanted to and just kind of let it ride. But when I do my standard cardio, I feel it twitch. I feel it pull. You know, if I go one way, I can feel the scar tissue and whatever else pulling in the opposite direction. So that means everything from when I get up and down to in and out of bed in the morning, I can feel the thing twist and pull. And is it enough that I could live with it? Absolutely. Do I want to? No. I'm just under 10 minutes. I might have to bleep that. Whatever. Anyway, I just, I've come this far to recover my health. I have taken really intense steps that aren't for everybody. Healing is a journey, and I take my physical health seriously. And so when I tell you I made a promise to never, ever live more than a day than I have to with low-level chronic pain, I won't. I just won't. I had almost 10 years of doing that. I will never do that again. You know, and you put it off, basically because it's scary, or you tell yourself you don't have the time for this, or you don't have the funds for it, and that might be true. But, at some point on my own timeline, I crossed that threshold where it's like, I will never opt into that again. Just deal with it, live with it, because it's like saying I'm not worth it. No, I am worth it. So while this is technically something I could live with, just like I lived with that kind of low level but obvious pain that was in my abdominal wall cavity for almost 10 years, I could keep living with it, and I chose not to. And like I tell you, I would do it again. I would sign up for that. And that, mind you guys, that was a 7-hour procedure 3 years ago. And it cost me a pretty penny, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Okay. It gave me so much freedom. And there's just no feeling that beats that feeling. And so it's an investment. What I went through 3 years ago was an investment. My getting pregnant and having a child, that was an investment. What do? You do your best to maintain those investments because they're good for you, because they work for you. And your health absolutely is 100% included in that. Now, all that being said, even though this should be, hopefully, we are all assuming is a quick procedure. Okay, it should be under 2 hours, all right? It's coming up faster than I care for, okay, because of schedule conflict. This is where I'm meeting the time crunch and how it might affect the video messages. Is that simply, boom, the nearest availability for my surgeon's schedule and mine happened right after my vacation. And I could not push it into August because that's when Minnie goes back to school and I need to be fully recovered, active, and on the go by the time she goes or is ready for school. Okay. And this was the only spot she had open was in July because she's kind of a high demand lady. She's amazing. She's fantastic. Of course she is. So, it should be hopefully under 2 hours, but for the most part, I expect it to be pretty straightforward. It's just happening fast. So therefore, I kind of had to double up on messages fast. Therefore, everything that surrounds that process, such as producing, editing, uploading, detailing, etc., some of that might get a little sloppy around the edges. But again, I'm giving you all this just in case, because you know me, honey. I'm a scheduler. I do things on time. That's my gig. That's my value. You can literally set your watch to me or by me because that's just how I am. That's just how I am. I value stability in my work as well as in my home, and I like that to be reflected as such. Okay, but yeah, just in case there's something off, I scheduled it or out-scheduled it accidentally for, 9 p.m. instead of 9 a.m., or there's the thumbnails missing, or something stupid like there's a misspelling in the title. That's the kind of stuff I'm referring to. But hopefully, because I'm not done yet, kind of doubling up right after vacation, I should not have any missing messages at all for the next week or two. Okay? But just FYI. So annoyances here and there, a little leniency, a little consideration would be very helpful on your part. This is something that comes up on my timeline again and again in terms of take care of yourself, your priority. Without you and your health being in place, nothing else here around works. And I always need reminders of that. If you're anything like me, sometimes, you lose sight of your goals and your ambitions and your own particular commitments to the self. And every now and again, you get a reminder, you need to check back in with you. And I got one of those reminders, okay? And I'm cool with that. Like I said, I want to be pain-free. So, even if it is at a very, very, very inconvenient time, I'm still worth the investment, okay? And you guys remember that too. All right, you guys, I think we've already explained in the intro what we're doing today. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate you. And like I said, a little more leniency in case there's anything just messy over the next couple of weeks. I appreciate you. Is that it? I think we're good. All right, like I said, we're going to do the abbreviated version of yours and theirs today. Refer to the intro for qualifiers. All right, you guys, I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. Show me Leo in their person. 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 Let's do one more. I feel like I don't get to use the Casanova as often as I should like, so I decided to go ahead and make that our baseline deck for today. I'll follow it up with 3 cards for advice and maybe some oracles. Let's just see. Yeah, strength. There you are, darling. King of Pentacles, the Chariot. Oh, well, don't you just look fantastic? I love your energy. Look at that. I don't really know what's going on with you, except I like your momentum. I like your drive. Sorry about that. So strength, King of Pentacles, Chariot. Beautiful. I love that. Man, you're so focused right now on practicality and movement and goals. I love this. You're like, strength right now? Heck yeah. So strength wants more, you know? You can either use it to push things away from you or pull things towards you. And you're like, I've got goals. I've got drive. I got momentum, baby. Man, your focus is so fantastic. I absolutely love this for you. This is fantastic. And I see you basically focused on priorities there with that King of Pentacles, the head of household energies, sense of stability, reliability, resourcefulness, etc. Chariot. So I'm guessing many of you are in this position right now where you're moving forward in your goals in a way that is practical and realistic, but also makes you feel good because the Chariot has that oomph to it. Yeah, I love that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. Okay, some time has passed here between yourself and someone else, and the energy moves slowly, but once it arrives, it's going to arrive in... Oh, it's the neighborhood kids. Technically, I'm recording on the 4th. They're honking horns, and it's not fireworks. It's just kid stuff that you might expect on the 4th of July. Yeah, I'm working on the 4th, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Having to double and triple up. This is what it means. You work on the days off. That's just how it is, you know, and that's okay. I'm at peace with it because good things are happening. That's what we want. All right, the Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles. I mean, there's 2 knights, and they are moving. It's just a wee bit slow, and time has passed. I see someone opening up towards you in a way that's quite soft. But it's been a minute since we've connected with this person. Towards the end, okay, it's looking soft, vulnerable, possibly romantic. I don't know. Let's take a look at that shared. 6 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. When we last connected with this, there was a tiff, an argument. I don't know how deep it goes, but it was some time ago. Again, we've drifted away from this argument. It no longer has the same meaning or context that it used to. This was left behind some time ago. So it's being connected to with confidence. Whatever it is, you're in a good place. And that might even be you, practically speaking. This is something worth heading towards in that particular direction. They have a similar disposition. Their only thing with me is that I'm saying is that time has passed between you two, and perhaps when we last talked, there was roughness, rough around the edges. But it's been a hot minute. So I see you two connecting over confidence in some way. Okay? And in the overview, the Queen of Cups. Don't you look gorgeous? That's a beautiful heart space. You're in your feels. You're being practical. You're driving towards your own particular sense of goals. And it seems like this is happening now. You opened up straight away with your strength. So hopefully it's going to be a good birthday season for some of you. I love it. But yeah, someone here is opening up towards you in a very soft way. And it's unassuming. It's not obtrusive. It's not obnoxious. It's just right. It's just so. And it's been a minute. That's all I got. And it's been a minute since you two experienced discord, but 6 of Wands is over that. Whatever that is, you two are feeling better about connecting to this, and it frankly just feels good for the 2 people I'm looking at. So that's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. I like that. Time has passed, and for some reason that argument doesn't stand like it used to. It's more like peace and goodwill and a sense of recognition on both sides. But again, it's not assuming at all. It feels better. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Show me the advice. Let's do one more. Let's see the advice, please. Cinnamon jumped up, looked out the window, was like, what's that? What the heck was that? It's like, I was having a nap. 7 of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, cool. Someone here made the decision to kind of stop. There's really no good way of saying the 7 of Swords, guys. Typically, the easiest way to express it is avoidance. And that's a 7 of Swords thing. I don't want to think about this. I'm trying not to engage with it. But the King of Swords can override that 7 of Swords if he is so inclined or she is so inclined. You know what? My mind is bigger than this. I know better. I'm sharper. I don't have to avoid nothing. Knight of Wands. Here's some good energy here. You know what? Let's show this some optimism, faith, and goodwill, instead of being like just assuming the worst, you know? So whoever's opening up with that, I don't want to assume the worst, and I don't want to have to avoid it. I shouldn't be in that position. I can handle this. Let's show some enthusiasm and positivity towards this. I have the feeling that this is you, okay? Because it kind of aligns with who you are, being strong. I got this, moving towards it. So if you had any misgivings here, it's almost like you're saying, well, okay, who cares? You know what? Let's show this some positivity. Let's see what happens, okay? Because I do see their knights responding to you. All right. I don't think we need too much else here. Do you want me around? There's that thinking. Sorry, I don't know if you can see it. Do you want me around? That's kind of like I was thinking. Could avoid this. Should I bother? Do you want me around? Well, I guess we're going to find out. It looks happy to me. I am becoming a better person. Okay. Something there about the fault being left behind or the argument. It just doesn't hit the same anymore. It's not fresh. You know, there's that sense of I've become a better person, and I projected my unhappiness onto you. For some of you, this is quite specific, so you take that as it resonates. I projected my unhappiness onto you. Okay? All right. That might be what caused a little argument here or the tiff. All right? Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sagittarius and their person, please. Show me signs. Like I said, we're going to put down that baseline and do a 3-card advice draw. Maybe some oracles. What's going on, please, for Sag? Oh, good. I can't remember if I did the candles or not. Yay. 8 of Wands, the Hanged Man, the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah. All right. Very good. The Star. The Lovers, the 4 Cups. Okay. Shared. Page of Wands. 7 of Cups, the High Priestess. I agree. Actually, Knight of Pentacles, it's a slow. You've turned down your speed on this one, but I think what you're thinking is actually correct. Should I open up and work this out with somebody? It could be to do with work. I was leaning in that direction, and then boom, I saw that. I'm like, no. So let's back up. Knights of Pentacles in your overview. You're not in a rush. Not in a rush. Slowly but surely moving in at your own particular direction. That it's a pace that's comfortable to you, being practical, and I can kind of see that here with the Hanged Man. You're concerned about the practical nature of the communication, and you've given this a great deal of thought with the Hanged Man. Like a lot of thought about communication that at first starts as proposal. Should you even bother? And then even if you did bother, what would it look like? Okay. A lot of perspective. And a big part of that is, you know, what's in that communication, and should I? Just should I? You've been taking your time with it. So in other words, this has been sitting with you for more than 5 minutes. Okay. And the 8 of Pentacles is what you conclude. Okay, I can put some real work into this and mean it. I jump on over to this person, the Star, the Lovers, the 4 Cups. Man, yeah, there's unhappiness attached to this person, but it's in context to a strong connection with you. They really feel a kind of star with you in some way, a high level of desire for a very strong connection. I would love to clarify that because the Lovers is boom, dead center reading, which as a reader should always get your attention, as well as the opening card. Well, you can say the overview is the opening, but I typically refer to first card put down. So I'd want to know what your thoughts are on that communication in a little more detail, and I want to know how they perceive the Lovers. But anyway, this means a lot to them. You know, it would mean a lot to them in some way. It looks reminiscent in that suggestion of, I know how I feel about this, and it's in a very deep way. And there is upsetness, disappointment here. I don't know that it's catastrophic. They still kind of hold out a particular feeling that's with them, and it's kind of long-standing in nature with the Star. Okay, it's almost like a sigh and what they experience for you, but it's like a very long sigh. And here's the thing, it's not just them, it's you too. You both intuitively, in your own way. Yours is a little bit more practical, and what you can feasibly give to this via communication, and then maybe some action in the real world. Okay. At the Page of Wands, 7 of Cups, the High Priestess, frankly, intuitively, you two have been connecting in your own respective ways, just at the emotional level. Okay. And because it's so open-ended here with the Page of Wands and the 7 of Cups, that's exactly what that is. It's an open-ended feeling between you two in some way that's largely unspoken. It's mostly felt. In your own way, you feel this. In their way, they continue to feel it. And I do believe this is a suggestion here of trying to be a little bit more open towards each other. Okay. And that's possible from what I'm seeing down here. You're showing me the reality of this, and I think you're feeling the feasibility of it. In their own way, they do too. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. But yeah, not without much due consideration with the Hanged Man. I can see that there's a missing and longing here in this person. And it's strong. It's very strong. And for your part, you're saying you've given communication towards this a great deal of thought, and you could put yourself into it and whatever that meant to you. Okay? It's kind of like saying, I feel that they feel the same. You know? Let's get some advice, please. For Sag. The Nine of Cups. The Queen of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody feels very separated from their heart's desire and also their attraction's desire. Queen of Wands here, I'm assuming that's you. Nine of Cups. Someone's missing your feeling. And your good feeling. Your good feelings, your good love. Because that's what the Nine of Cups is. And they also are missing your attraction. You know. I suppose that longing here, that sigh, it's a very elaborate way of saying I miss you. I miss your feelings, your good feelings, Nine of Cups. And I hate to be that blunt, but it's kind of like I miss your attractiveness. I just miss who you are. You know? Yeah. You're more concerned with how could I constructively communicate with this, because you've thought about it many, many times. I see things differently now. Finding out the truth crushed me, and I'm sorry I left while you were young. So age might come into play here, but there is the sense of timeline that perhaps you two have parted ways before, much earlier. And something like that for some of you. So it may not be about youth, but so much to do with you two have separated on your timelines before. You know? That sense of I should have connected to you more deeply the first time around when I could or had the chance. Something like that. Okay. All right, Sag honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries. Show me Aries in their person. Show me Aries in their person. Show me Aries. Okay, what's up? Eight of Wands, the World, the Queen of Wands, okay. Temperance, Seven of Wands, Death. Really? Is that true? I was about ready to say Sag opened up with the same Eight of Wands, and I promise you I shuffled these many times. So anyway, my point is if you are connecting to Sag or if you have strong Sag in their chart, perhaps check theirs out. It's not necessarily the same, though. Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles, and the Overview of the High Priestess. Yeah, I want you to go with your feeling here. I want you to go with your feeling because there is something here that is trying to re-emerge. You can't see evidence of it yet. From your side, it's not that you haven't thought about it. Eight of Wands, the World, we were open to something until it wasn't. I mean, shut off communication here. Closed it off, cycled it out in some way, just you not participating. Intuitively, you understand this. Intuitively, you already felt it was the correct thing to do, and you're doing your best to listen to yourself. I am seeing your natural state of grace here with the Queen of Wands there towards the end. So, you know, beautiful, fiery creature that you are. You could be a man, am I saying that? Or a woman, it doesn't matter. It comes down to the energy. It's kind of like saying, I know myself, and I'll do what's right for me. So here's the thing. It's coming across as a proposition to reopen. I don't know how aware of it you are yet. I think you can feel it, but I don't think you have the visibility of it yet. No, I don't. Whatever it is that you discontinued, it feels like it might be reopening, but not necessarily something that you're aware of. Again, I think you're in a place where you can feel it, but you don't have evidence yet. Temperance, the Seven of Wands, Death. Now, this is interesting. There is this feeling here that the right thing to do for this person is just to keep up the block. Some sort of blockage. They honestly felt that that was an appropriate method for healing for them, just to not participate either. If you shut down communication, well, I guess I'm not gonna, and that's what's gonna be best for me. But it also impeded their ability to heal for themselves, because when we want to heal, bless us, you know, I want us all to succeed. Everybody wants to succeed in their healing, but it can often be aided and abetted by where it's coming from. So if our idea of healing is to automatically just shut off, you know, just to shut off or shut down and be like, that's it, I'm just going to let time do its job. That's called passive healing, and you're going to get weird results. Okay. If we go by that motto, time heals all wounds, and I don't actually have to do anything, then that's not real healing. We're just letting time soften the blow for us. So that doesn't mean we actually healed the wound. That just means we're kind of tolerating it at a very slow pace. So I feel like this person did some obstructive healing work, allowing time to heal the wound, but it didn't, because there was still blockage to the concept of it. All that to say is that whatever it is that they shared with you, them trying to be like, well, you cut off communication, me too, it didn't work, right? So death is over this. It's kind of like saying, look, I understand you had a plan here, but it's not working. Okay, it's not working. This whole just shut it off and shut it down isn't working. So you discontinued the communication for your own particular reasons. Okay. You had your own particular reasons. And I'm assuming you did that because it was right for you. This person tried to do something similar, but it wasn't right for them. Therefore, they don't have the results that they were looking for. So it's not a competition. When somebody cuts off communication or action, it's because hopefully they understand it's in their best interest, not a spite, anger, or because they have issues. It's because I understand this is what's best. And then they can show me proof of that, because their energy comes out the other side feeling better. And somebody tries to adopt the same attitude, but it's not what was best for them, okay? There's things they didn't address. There's things they didn't speak to, etc. They're going to have a rougher time of it, because you're on the receiving end of someone else's decision, okay? I just know that this process for them is coming to an end. Just being rough about it, shoving it off, it doesn't matter, F you Aries, it's not working. Okay, which means that leaves them open to transformation, to understanding maybe what could work for them. Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, Six of Pentacles. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. That's rough. Someone's having to quell a great deal of anxiety and frustration here, and via communication and action, as we were discussing. But the idea of balance and adjustment is actually possible. Okay, so what they're currently going through is a state of transformation. I think you, on your own side of things, feel like things are shifting and changing, but you don't really have evidence to what that is, because they're undergoing a particular state. It says whatever it is they were doing before isn't working because it wasn't for them. Okay? It's allowing someone here room to develop their action and thoughts around a lot of stress and anxiety of these unresolved issues. And there is a proposal here for a Six of Pentacles balance, and that's not crazy. Again, balance is balance. So again, keep in mind, when I see things like this, you get to choose your own level of participation. Okay? So if you can kind of feel maybe something's happening, and you kind of have these weird feelings that something's coming through and you don't quite understand it, it will present itself in due course. And then at that point, when you do have the evidence in front of you of what that feeling was, you get to choose how you interact with it. You may not want a Six of Pentacles with this person. I don't know who they are to you. I don't. I just see how this person's process isn't working. Okay? It's funny, I started pulling the oracles for you before I got the advice, but we'll get the advice. I hide behind material things. I'm going through my life review. That's... okay. I hide behind material things. And I am going through my life review. Yeah, transformative. The material being that pentacle energy, that sense of this is how I've always done things. This is what's supposed to work for me. And now we're kind of discovering after the fact how it's not working. In fact, it's hindering. You know, again, if your idea of healing is just to cut someone off so you can feel better about you, that's not real healing. You'll eventually go back. That's how I know you cutting this off was correct for you. Their reaction to it, well, I ain't got nothing to say, and you back. That was not correct for them. There was something they were supposed to say or do. Didn't, and now the energy is transforming because it's not working. So here is something I believe being proposed for them that could work. But again, you get to choose your level of participation. Okay? That might help this to balance it. I don't know. Let's get some advice, please. 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 Nine of Swords, there's that stress again, Devil, and the Six of Wands. Man, I tell you, their dice ain't rolling, honey. There's that Nine of Swords again, and it's the Devil. Yeah, they got obsessed with this bad feeling of thoughts. You know, the thoughts get all messed up and aggravated and tumultuous, and every thought seems to be angrier than the last. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't do what you need to do. You can't just say, well, good, I'm going to heal. You cut off communication with me. Done. I'm done too. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. There was a lot not said or done on this person's part, particularly in regards to their thoughts, that ever left them in peace with that method. That's why I'm saying transformation happened for that person, and that's why it feels like something's shifting and changing for you, but you don't know what it is. That's why it feels like that communication might be coming through, but it hasn't. So that's the biggest problem here. Six of Wands, you know, someone can't leave their ego thoughts alone. Pride. A lot of ego-based pride in here about what it means to actually clarify one's thoughts and actions. The pride and the ego gets in the way. Well, I shouldn't have to. If that really worked, I wouldn't be seeing this mess. Okay? So just FYI, if someone can get a grip on their thoughts and kind of take their ego and their sense of aggravation, and it's gotten out of control at this point, out of it, then balance is possible. And that's if you want to at that point. Okay? Aries, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius. We're going to put down your baseline, of course, do a 3-card advice draw, and then maybe some oracles too. Show me Aquarius. Show me Aquarius. Okay, Nine of Swords, the Tower, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, good job. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. Not so much for that one. Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, and Justice. Okay. Knight of Wands. Yeah, I'm sure you are feeling better. It's not by a lot, but it's something, yeah? So the Knight of Wands, you are starting to feel a bit of a pick-me-up, and I can see why. You experience something that's going to help you, or if you haven't, you will soon. It's going to help you release some of the negative thoughts in your mind. It's going to give you some clarity that you can build upon with the Seven of Pentacles. I promise you this. This is great. When the Tower can come along, you're going to have some beautiful insight that's going to help just blast away some of the mental fears and anxieties that have been in your mind. It will be some beautiful but much needed clarity once more that you can build upon with the Seven of Pentacles. It will be a slow process, but it's going to give you some relief as well. It's kind of like, finally I figured something out. Okay, you're going to take that information, whatever it is, because again, when the Nine of Swords are that loud, we can't really hear our true thought or the true realization. Okay, because these are our thoughts, and somewhere in there is a core thought. You're going to have your core thought soon. In fact, I'm surprised I didn't see the Ace of Swords for you. But no matter, it's going to be something that you can build upon and take with you as part of your structuring. Okay? This is a truth. I understand it. It needs to develop roots, and I can grow it from there. Okay? Understand it better, understand myself better. It's going to, again, help alleviate some of the stress. Someone connected to you, not so much. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Ten of Wands. It's kind of like saying if I just keep going at this pace, things will get easier. It's operating under that assumption that, you know what, I'm not going to change anything. And that should do it. No, we don't want that. This is such a slow pace, slow decision making, that we should be able to see this burden or strain or stress for what it is as it is. But as it were, because this person's like, well, I'm just going to keep on in this direction and make those decisions accordingly, they're just adding to their stress. They're not taking away from it. So this is someone who is used to kind of building the bundles on their back and assuming a great deal, but not stopping to question why. Whereas you seem to have delivered some insight for yourself that you can build upon. Good, you got some clarity. This person's like, no, I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing, and that should be fine. So they're used to it, which is unfortunate. They won't change up their method or their thinking, specifically their decision making. So they tend to make things harder for themselves. Okay. Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Justice. You don't have that story, not so much, or at least you're trying to get out of that particular story. You're not interested in investing in that story anymore. You understand that doing the same thing over and over again is going to give you the same results. The Page of Pentacles is Four of Cups, and it's a small investment towards the same problem, and it just keeps that Four of Cups going. And the Justice here says, perhaps we're going to stop doing that and start figuring out what balance is. And I see that more for you as opposed to ongoing in the same behaviors as the person who's attached to you. So I don't know who this is to you. All I know is that for them, I'll just take on some more. That's what I've always done without stopping to think why. Why does it get so hard? Why does it get so burdensome? Why do you move so slow? And why do you keep making the same decisions? You're like, I don't want to keep doing that for me personally. And it shows. Your energy's lightening up and it feels a little bit better. It feels lighter, okay? So I don't know who that is to you. But someone who's not really interested in changing up their method despite the fact that they don't have good results. So that's... So I'm glad that you figured it out for yourself at least, right? And maybe by example, they'll start learning from you. Who knows? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, lots of confusion, the High Priestess. So you understand that sometimes the mind is a trap, and that's something that you have been working through for yourself. That sometimes the mind is a trap, and that you need to do a better job of listening to your intuitive self. You know, it's kind of like understanding. I understand my avoidance or my anxiety or my mental thoughts. I can twist them as much as anybody else. I'd rather stop doing that. And I'd actually like to start listening to myself, not just my mind. So I think you're very much on the right track. That influence for you is coming, okay? And hopefully it serves you well. Anything else in here, please? And I think you've been trying to listen to your intuition for years, but if our mind wants to take over the whole conversation, it's going to insist we're feeling things that's not true. We're going to insist on seeing things that aren't really there. And all sorts of crazy shenanigans. I mean, the mind is a very powerful machine. Okay, some part of me knew you are beautiful is in reverse. We don't like someone's energy. We don't like their spirit. We don't like their sense of self and how they carry themselves. I'm not taking it so literal as to the physical. Okay, you have to take these with some latitude. The oracles, they connect quick bridges between the main point. So I'm not saying as you are beautiful in reverse. It's like what you do and how you do it is not helpful. It's not soothing. It could even be harmful. You know, you have a very poor disposition, presentation with who you are as a person and how you conduct yourself. You see what I'm saying? Some part of me knew. Okay. Man. Wow. I live my life through you, and how can I help you? Okay. So it's here we have someone who I think takes on way too much, and I live my life through you. So again, if you can benefit from what you're experiencing and start making decisions for yourself that are in your best interest, perhaps they can start modeling after you if that's true. Okay. I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Gemini and their person, please. Show me Gemini and their person. Like always, we're going to put down that baseline, do a 3-card advice draw, and then maybe some oracles. Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini. Okay, for your side, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Three of Pentacles. All right, very good. Two of Wands, the Magician, King of Cups. Okay, okay. Ten of Cups, Five of Wands, the World. I see. King of Swords. That's you, honey. That's you. Whatever this is, I think you're correct. Okay. And I'm sorry, but let's back up. King of Swords. I see you in your determination mode. You've made up your mind on a particular subject, and it looks like you've done so recently. But overall, you tend to be a Gemini that prides themselves on knowing what they're doing, and therefore how to take action accordingly. This is something that you were known for, so it's not in your overall disposition. It's just also something that you had to keep recently activated, and I can kind of see why. It's not that it's bad. It just you're kind of like showing me this is how it really tallies up. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Now, again, I have to qualify sometimes. Six of Cups isn't necessarily romantic, or it could be, but perhaps it's not anymore. There was a time when you used to bounce with somebody very fluidly, very easily, but from your point of view, you've always seen it as a friendship, I believe. You're saying that's how that particular balance operates. I've known them forever and a day, and I care about them. We have many memories, and they are unique, and they're lovely. But you're also saying it's cooperative at the friendly level. And that's how you viewed it, and perhaps that's how you've always viewed it. But you're showing me firmness on this particular subject, so it's like it's something that you're having to bring up now, think about now, or conclude now. But you personally, as far as you're concerned, you're starting to see or have seen for a long time that it's really a good old friendship. That's it. It's a good old friendship. Nothing more, nothing less. I have someone around you who says yes. Two of Wands, the Magician, King of Cups. From their point of view, and it's currently active, they would like to give it their full heart with the King of Cups there, and they mean it. So I see that they're manifesting more love for the situation than I believe that you are currently offering or affording it. Ten of Cups, Five of Wands, the World. This has caused some disharmony, a great deal. Okay? And we're seeing this now, we're acting on it now, but you're kind of standing firm, and it's like, I've known you forever today. Six of Pentacles and Six of Cups. We've always had a balance, but it was always a balance as a friendship. Perhaps a deep friendship. We go way back, you and me, because there is that connotation there. We go way back. But I have to kind of insist on this point. We're friends. Somebody wants the full heart in this. They're manifesting it actively, openly, and current. Ten of Cups, Five of Wands, the World. It's like, no. This is kind of like someone's fighting for more space in the greater scheme of things in the Ten of Cups. So this is the harmony that we would have in our lives that surround us, our emotional support systems that we call family, friends, and that would include spouses and lovers and boyfriends and girlfriends too. When we look out upon the world and we see who surrounds us, we want to know that that particular cup is there. So there is disharmony here with the Five of Wands about what that structure means. Where am I in your life? And the world is, you're saying it's not like that. You know, I'd like to look out upon the world and see you there as a friend, but if that's not enough for you, then you can only have so much allowance in my life. I'm sorry, I just don't see you that way, or I don't feel about you that way, right? Because your two memories go way back. They go way back. I'm not saying they don't. We're talking maybe childhood. This is how comfortable the balance you have with this person. And you recognize it. You recognize the uniqueness, but this person's interpreting it as a greater scheme of love. And you're like, this is where it actually is. This is the lane this particular connection drives in. Okay. So how long you've known this, I don't know, but I see you enforcing the will. If they cannot hang out as friends, then I see you reducing their value in your everyday world. Like, I'm sorry, you're fighting for a space I no longer have for you there. If you ever did. Okay, and I'm not going to allow that to cross over. Sorry, or I don't want you part of my Ten of Cups anymore, something like this. Okay. Because you've already kind of given me the terms. If we can't be friends and you still want more, you can only get so far into my life. I'm sorry. But it's like you've known this a long time, but for some reason you're just now enforcing it. That's what's interesting to me. It's hard for me to, without clarification, it's hard for me to see your process. Because it's like you feel like you've known this for a while, but for some reason you're just now in a position of having to enforce it. It's very current. It's very current. There's no... Perhaps this is someone whom you did have romantic relationships with, but you can't take it to that space anymore. You don't want to, so it got reduced. So that would explain the exclusion I'm seeing here. It's like, stop fighting for your place in the Ten of Cups. You don't have that space. We got so far, you and I, but this is friendship now. That could explain it, why you've known, and you're just now having to enforce it. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please, for Gemini. Let's get some advice, please. Very, very active. Current, happening now. Some of you have been having to really make your space known from June. Which, in tarot world, that was yesterday. I mean, but it's fresh. Nine of Swords, the stress, the anxiety, the Two of Swords, confusion, death. I'm sorry. It's like you've made up your mind. So you have been thinking about this for a while, really trying to define your place in it, and it stressed you out, knowing what you knew. But now you're in a position of having to enforce it. You're like, I don't want the stress of this anymore. I'm done thinking about it. I'm done stressing out about it at night. I know what this is, and I know what it isn't. Like, I don't want to think about it anymore. There's nothing to dispute. So it's almost, perhaps there's an apology in here about the relationship kind of movement or the downgrade, but it happened of its own accord. And I'm sorry that someone wants more or wants to continue to have more with you, but that's just not how life works. If you honestly can't see them in the greater scheme of things, then you cannot. That's it. Okay. And I am sorry that these things do happen. You know? You don't want the stress of it anymore, and I don't blame you. So you've been cooking on this one for a while, but just now enforcing it, please acknowledge me. I know. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I know. I did not expect to leave. Okay, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. You've been processing this for a while. It's been hard for you, but now you're at that place of enforcement because you just don't want it in your head anymore. I did not expect to leave. So you thought that this would maintain at a certain level for a long time until one day, not one day, but it even the connection itself perhaps surprised you over time. How differently you operate and feel in it. Okay, so please acknowledge me, and you don't know how hard it is to let you go, or this wasn't easy for you either, in other words. Okay. It's not easy for you either. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you, but congratulations in that respect of knowing what's correct. Knowing what's correct is never easy. Okay? And that way you can understand what is correct for you, and they can too in time. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra. Show me Libra in their person. Show me Libra in their person. Show me Libra. Like always, we're going to put down that baseline, yeah? And then we'll do a 3-card advice draw, and then maybe some oracles. Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Yes. Once more, I'm using the Casanova. I feel like I don't get to use this one nearly as much as I used to, so I was like, you know what? We're going to go ahead and crack out this bad boy. Ace of Pentacles, the Star, 8 of Pentacles. You go, Libra, go. Oh, I love it. I love it. Tower, Sun, 3 of Wands. Okay. 4 of Swords, 7 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Time waits for no man and no woman, I'll tell you that. That's why I always say don't wait, because time does not wait for you. Therefore, you should not be waiting on time. Sorry, guys, it's called the exchange. You know, it's the back. Anyway, hold on. I'm sorry. Page of Pentacles. You're already working on something, so I'm not surprised that your page is small because it's already in process. In other words, you're not looking at new investments right now because you're currently working with one. Okay? So immediately, boom, I can see why you're doing a Page of Pentacles. It's because you already got something in play. So you're like, right here, this is the focus. Ace of Pentacles, Stars, 8 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Congratulations. For those of you who have been looking for new sources of income, work, etc., specifically, your dream offer is coming. Now, you have either been working towards this opportunity, you put yourself square right in the middle of it, you went for it, you planned for it, you actively constructed this. It feels like a hard-earned Ace of Pentacles. In other words, it's not just being handed to you. You earned this one. You made it. You created it. I don't know. You shaped it under your particular vision with the Star. Beautiful. gorgeous. We never really know if a star is for us until we start reaching for it. And by God, did you reach for it? And you're getting results, or at least you will be. It's under your current active energy. It's fantastic. And you're not interested in anything else right now. This is receiving 100% of your attention. Love it. I got somebody waiting on you, and they shouldn't. I'm sorry. This is why I tell people, do not wait. Don't volunteer. And you never ask somebody. It's not fair. It's not fair, first and foremost, to the self. Everything begins with the self. So don't ask it of yourself, and you wouldn't ask it of someone else. I don't know what they were waiting on, but it's looking like happy times with you. But they're not getting any attention from you energetically or otherwise, 3D or otherwise. It's frustrating because I just want to scream at people the obvious. Somebody realized they're not happy to wait. You know how, you know that old expression, there's something we take for granted. We take so much time for granted that we have thousands of expressions for it. I'm happy to wait. That's how much we take time for granted. We'll come up with nonsense like that, and then we mean it, and then we perpetuate it, and we teach it to other people and our children. Oh, time is just an infinite construct that we have all the time. Time is an infinite construct, just human beings aren't. Our energy will perpetuate beyond our 3D bodies. Absolutely. But is that something that you want to do while you have your body? No. Don't wait for time. Time waits for no man. So if you can wait on time, time's not going to wait for you. So I don't know what this person was waiting for, but they just had a sharp insight that they shouldn't have waited this long. Mm-hmm. The idea was the time to be right for you to be happy, or for them to be happy, or to the circumstances to be better. And they're learning the hard way that that wasn't the case. So I don't know what that qualifier is, but people tell me things like that all the time. It's specific. You know, like I was just waiting for the days to get easier. I was waiting to feel better, or I was waiting for this thing to fall into place. And it might have taken 3 to 6 years, but whatever. It's just I needed things to be correct. And this is how we miss out all the time. Human beings have this absolute need. I need things to be just so, and then I can stop waiting. Meanwhile, life is passing us by. Opportunities, people, places, things, situation, circumstance, whatever. So I don't know what the big wait was for you and in the connection, but it's kind of like, if I just wait a little bit more, it'll be a good time. I don't know. Because now you're all up in this. It's got 100% of your direction and focus. I don't even know where they are in approximation to you. So let's jump over here. 4 Swords, 7 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Someone, that's almost the definition of what I was talking about. Waiting to feel better. More time with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm just waiting to feel better. I'm waiting to heal my mind. I'm waiting to heal my emotions. And then what? Because I got you somehow far away from all this. You're happy doing your own thing, and that's the way it should be. People who work towards a goal, they don't put it off. They plan it carefully. That might take time. Sure. But it's accounted for. That time is accounted for. It's not waiting. It's accounted for. It's different when you have a plan with time versus just waiting. And as far as I can tell, they were just waiting to feel better, wait for a happier time and moment with you, or to approach this. Because as far as I can tell, it's full disconnect. So I'm happy to see that someone was healing their emotions and their mind, but for some reason it got so stretched out like a long piece of taffy, I think they forgot the dang goal. Because now we have the Tower here saying time is an illusion. Whatever it is you wanted to do or needed to do should have been done some time ago, regardless. There's something to be said for preparedness versus just killing time and hoping that it will work out. So I don't know what the heck this is. But it is coming across as too little too late. You should have said something, done something before now. And I don't. It's so frustrating. It's frustrating. But who knows? If there's real purpose or intent behind this, it might come forward at another time to you. Because now you're kind of like knee deep in all the happy trenches of your life. This is something that's magnificent and it's important to you. So if this person wanted to jump in, say something, or be an influence in any way, they missed the shot by like miles. But that's not to say it won't come back again. If it's meant to be, it'll come through. Okay? You know, and I think it's something that you are familiar with. I think if I'm describing this, you have an idea of who this is. There's some sort of emotional influence that's possible, that means probable, but it's not in any way connected to you or your current endeavors. So somebody who's like, just wait until I'm in your vicinity and we'll go hang out, and that turns into 2 or 3 months. Or I'm going to move any day now. I'm going to move any day now, and then we'll connect. And that just never happens. I don't know. I was meaning to talk to you back in August, and then it turned into December, which turned into April. I don't know. The whole world is full of shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And meanwhile, other people make things happen. Anyway, let's get some advice for you. Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups. See, it's not you. I would just advise this person, stop living in your emotional trenches that are negative and start seeing yourself as someone who is capable. I see somebody watching on and feeling helpless. They know better with the Queen of Pentacles. They know better. But they get pulled back, 5 of Cups, into sadness every time. And it's old sadness too. It's reminiscent sadness. It's sadness that still affects them to this day. And Page of Swords, a sense of helplessness, despite the fact that they have a Queen of Pentacles. This is someone who is not understanding their emotional worth, that they are worth the time, energy, and effort it takes to do what they need to do. And when someone is still living in old past wounds, and they've had very little expansion with the Page of Swords, they're always going to be looking for that day they feel better. And that bums me out, man. Too many people watch tarot with that kind of energy, man. I don't feel good today, so I'll watch some tarot. Maybe I'll feel better about it tomorrow. And it's such an unhealthy place to be, because it's not just tarot, it's everyday life. Okay? And if I advise this person, it's like, do the best you can with what you have. That's all any of us can do. Otherwise, it's lost. There is something to be said about carpe diem, you know? Seize the day. You don't have to necessarily feel it. You just seize the damn day, regardless of how you feel. Do your best. And it actually might have a chance of making you feel better. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, for you, that wasn't advice for you. I don't know if they were supposed to join you in this space. I don't know, because it looks like congratulations are in order for you, to be honest. It does. I regret my poor choices. Yeah. Okay. I regret the time we lost. So this is someone who meant to come forward some time ago, and they talk themselves out of it every time because they don't care enough about their own emotional value, which again is not a knock. I want them to do the opposite of that. And somebody, when you understand your self-worth, no matter how difficult it is, you do what you need to do, and then in turn you actually feel better. But if somebody keeps getting lost to the pains and reminiscence of the past, will never live in the present. I regret the time we lost. Yeah. You and I were too young. For some of you, this has to do with age, and you have moved on. I'm saying this for some of you, though, that time has passed once more. There might be a sense of not just age here, but naivety. That false belief that time is infinite. God, so many people get lost to that. Then they lose themselves to time, and then they come up with the other expressions like time is a thief. No, honey, human beings are the thieves. Time does its job. It moves forward. We need to do the same. All right, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person, please. What's going on? Show me Taurus and their person. Just FYI. On your message in particular, Cinnamon got up to some shenanigans. It was funny. It was funny to record that as I was reading your message. So, just FYI, I have a couple conversations with Cinnamon. That's all right. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. But she had a moment. What's going on, please? Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus. That will be your mid-month. Out tomorrow. Yeah. What's going on? I have to remember you and Leo are straight off the block for Monday. I'm like, oh yeah, they're out tomorrow. What's going on for your side? 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, Temperance. You're like, I could. Yeah, you could. You might do. We'll see. Maybe not. Strength. 5 of Wands, the World. Okay. King of Swords, Devil, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay, there you are. Right there at the Hierophant. Okay, so I can see why you're in conflict. Because there's a part of you inherently right there at your opening. This is, of course, your power card. All right, for those of you who might be new to tarot, this is your power card. It's the Hierophant. This is in your overview. You're having conflict here. Conflict in your own particular power energy, but you are standing up here like, gotta do something. Otherwise, I wouldn't be saying that. So there's that sense of I need to stand up for myself, what I believe in, a commitment. I don't know. It's up to you. I just know that permission is going to be involved for you at this point. So when a yes is yes from Taurus, then a no is a no from Taurus. That's really what he means. Okay? And you're trying to figure out if something here is worth healing via communication. 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, Temperance. But the Page of Swords is so terribly small. So you haven't done it. It's with you. But here's the thing. You're under conflict with that opening energy. It's kind of like, do I want to bother? Because like, if I bother, I have to mean it with Temperance. Do I want to heal this? Is this worth committing my energies to? Specifically, the communication. And with that wand can follow action. The Page of Swords knows this and doesn't feel equipped to say or do anything at this time. Okay, that's why he's associated, the Page of Swords is, with spying. It's really just better said as observation. It's kind of like saying, I don't know what to do, so I'm keeping my eye on things. So you're thinking about communication, but it's contemplative. And the idea is if I start speaking, I'm going to have to start acting. Temperance. I see you backing off and giving this patience to understand or assess if this particular situation is worth your time, energy, and effort. Let me tell you why it's probably not. Okay. Strength, 5 of Wands, the World. Well, somebody is hell-bent on sticking to an argument. And they won't deal with it. The Strength of 5 of Wands makes me nervous. I don't like that. I don't like it because people are like, oh, did you think this argument was just going to go away? You know, it's kind of like, it's very much sticking to the guns on this one. So this person has every intent of continuing to fight that fight. And the World, I just see them wanting to just not engage with it because their point hasn't changed. So it's kind of like saying, don't bother talking to me unless you're prepared to fight or see things my way. So, yeah, I will say that. And to this respect, you know, it might be best, that point of view. If someone's not willing to change their attitude, disposition, or communicate more effectively that is conducive to two people, and they want to stick to that argument, in other words, then their kind of attitude of don't talk to me or do anything is probably best upheld. I think you know this, which is why you're in contemplation of why if you should even bother. And I'll tell you why. King of Swords, the Devil, 10 of Pentacles. This, whatever this is a long-standing sore point that goes back to the foundation. Like it hits it right in the old foundation roots. Okay. I had to edit there. Did you see the edit? Rewind. I had to edit in my head really quick. That changed language, Christina. That's what happened. All right. King of Swords, the Devil, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, that's extremely uncomfortable. And I think the reason why you're contemplating doing anything at all is because it affects the foundation, or it could do. Okay, so you're in conflict. What do I do? I'm not willing to wave the white flag because that's what they're going to expect. To either me to argue with them, I don't want to do that either. Or B, whistle their particular tune. I don't want to do that either. But this does have to be resolved because it's causing some havoc in the old foundation there. And Taurus, honey, you know, you like things just so. All right? You built things the way you built them. It's why you're fixed earth. You're not really known for changing things up last minute in the game. Okay, that's just not what you do. But it's also like it's become a pressing point. This has to get dealt with. King of Swords wants to sort things out. Devil, this is a really sore sticking point. And they're kind of like, don't talk to me unless you're prepared to argue or see things my way. So it's kind of like, my terms, my terms. But I'd say it's mine. I got to deal with it. What are you going to do? Let's get some advice for you. This frustrates me. Because you understand if you communicated with this at all, you'd have to be patient. You would have to be flexible. against their kind of non-negotiable energies here. What are you going to do? You need the input here. This is your foundation you're talking about. You need the input. Oh, you want some things sorted, man. God, that feels... It's a pressing issue, guys. It's a pressing issue. It needs to get resolved. You know, let's get some advice for you first before I say anything. Hold on. To say I probably have a very different opinion compared to the person next to you. That's all I'm saying. Let's get some... okay, look. Let me just put it this way. It's kind of like, you know what? From my point of view, you kind of left me alone to solve this myself. Therefore, I did exactly that. I don't want to continue to argue. And frankly, I think some of your arguments are missing a couple of valid points. So I kind of took matters in my own hand. It wasn't up for your discussion in your point of view. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Something here needs to get solved, honey, and I don't mess around with the foundation. Nope. I ain't got time for that. Something here needs to be sorted. My advice to you is get it sorted so you can stop feeling about it, and they literally put the power in your hands by non-negotiating. So, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Let's get the advice, please. I mean, bless you. You want to sort things out officially and with patience and peace, but the fact of the matter is your misgivings around that communication tells me you already know what to expect from this point. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Three of Pentacles. Ain't I that... You know what? Sometimes even I scare me. I mean, really. Three of Pentacles, Death, the Moon. This non-cooperative, and on top of that, they had no intention of being. Okay, that pisses me off. Now, I don't like that. That's non-cooperative. This is... You know this as Taurus. You probably know this better than I do. Three of Pentacles is the most basic form of cooperation and negotiation. It's like, we have things in common. Let's put something down. You and me. See, no big deal. No fuss, no muss. We're supposed to be friends, right? We're supposed to be co-workers. I don't know who this is to you. I have no clue. I just know that they shit ain't changed, okay? And Death is over that. No. No cooperation. No friendship. No cooperative effort. Sit here and fight with me or acquiesce. Those are your choices. Oh. Is it? I don't... That makes my eye twitch. Okay, I don't like ultimatums. The Moon. There's no intention here of cooperating on this point. None. You don't know that. Or maybe you do. Maybe you suspected it, low-key. You are intuitive, you just don't get credit for it. Okay. Maybe you suspected this. It was going to be kind of paint myself into a corner type situation. Or you can count me out. Unless you say things my way. You know? Taurus, honey, let me tell you something about your superpowers. You can give as good as you get in that respect. Okay? I'm just saying, if someone left you to sort out this bad business and they don't want to be, whatever, fight me or else, somebody had to do something. It's the foundation. It's a sore point. And it might be a sore point, no doubt, between you two that is long-standing in nature, but it runs contrary to stability. So sort out that sore point. Seriously, like my surgery coming up. Cut the dang thing out, whatever it is. Reshape it. But you know, it's because I just feel like this is going to be an outstanding sticking point. Just work with what you know, not what you don't. That's what I always say. You can break the generational patterns. There's a long-standing issue here. And it's something that you either inherited or you have to work with because it's been there so long. Okay. I didn't mean what I said. A little late for that. It's a little late for that. I care too much about others' opinions. I care too much about others' opinions. Someone said something they shouldn't have said. It got out of hand. This is an old point that might go back into family or generations or who knows what, or just between these two figures. I care too much about others' opinions and how this will be perceived. If that's the case, honey, you need to take this in your own hands because it's looking like it's on you anyway. With or without this person's permission, help, assistance, whatever. It looks like what they have to contribute is a nice fat argument anyway. I ain't got time for that. Do you? Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me. Show me Virgo in their person. Show me Virgo in their person, please. Show me Virgo. Like always, we're going to put down that baseline. Do a 3-card advice draw. Okay, and then maybe some oracles. What's going on? Strength. 3 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. All right. I like it. I like your energy. I like your attitude. Let's see if it's fair. 7 of Wands. Ace of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, samesies. Good. Good, good, good. I like it when two people more or less agree to get on the same page. King of Wands, the 9 of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah, we've been working through our thoughts here. 10 of Pentacles, the foundation. You got the skills. You're stable. You can do this. Whatever this is, you can do it. And you're stable, so rely upon this. All right? You're founded. You're grounded. You're good. Trust yourself. You have a wealth of knowledge and experience attached to you. Well done. So strength, 3 cups, 6 of Pentacles. Soon. Super soon. Super duper soon. 3 cups, 6 of Pentacles. There's a proposition here, but it is taking strength on your side to... put forward a connection, reconnection to balance with it, or you can push it away. Do remember strength works both ways. The reason why I did not see it in the negative as opposed to the positive is because of the balance feature towards the end. And then also this person's side as well. So I'm saying you use strength to pull something towards you instead of push it away. The 3 cups and the 6 of Pentacles, that's lovely, that's easy, that's super simple. Simple dimple. Super simple. Okay, it's like a little yummy dumpling. It's just perfect. It's just right. Everything's in component or space about that. Anyway, you're lovely. Do it. It looks good. Them, 7 of Wands, Ace of Wands, where there was resistance towards this connection or balancing in some way has gotten overturned. There is a sense of inspirational energy attached to this person. They themselves, I'm not saying it related to you. I'm saying it is something that they have gone through. Whereas perhaps their energy prior to this moment was to show blockage, walls, determination, some sort of sharp boundaries. Their energy has softened personally. I'm seeing the Ace of Wands is being directed towards themselves internally. In other words, they feel refreshed, inspired, more open than they were prior, prior to, then closed off. So closed off, now open, refreshed. Queen of Pentacles, this person's very comfortable with themselves, okay? They're taking good care of themselves. They have good energy. They feel a lot softer compared to where they used to be. So I see you two connecting. Who knows? Who knows, honey, why that 7 of Wands is, why it is at all. But you knew that you yourself could have strength to push this away instead of pulling it towards you. So, honestly, you know, the same could be said for you. So I see these two people choosing to connect. King of Wands, 9 of Swords, the Hermit. Yeah, there was some stress here. There was some stress here. There's some anxiety about this. But for the fact is that someone still feels good about bridging this particular gap. And the Hermit is here. You're saying you're experienced, you're wise, you know better. You can walk this path. You can heal it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay? Like I said, you're pretty rock solid here. And you wouldn't be showing me that you could do this unless you indeed believed that you could. And frankly, knew that you could. So I don't know who broaches the subject matter. I have not a clue. I do see you pulling this towards you. Okay? But for the most part, I have two people more or less on the same page about connecting and feeling good about it. And they want to. So whatever misgivings there were, we're going to overcome that. That's all I got. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. And that's how I like it. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please, for Virgo. Let's get some advice, please. King of Wands, there he is again. Judgment, the Six of Swords. Yeah, I mean, somebody had to make the decision here to open up, move it forward, do something. There's this idea that Judgment represents reverse. Okay, so here's the decision that I'm saying about the reversal. The decision to move forward, move away, and then to come back. So Judgment can represent that second chance, or you know what, the time is now, okay, to move back towards this. And it's done so again with that King of Wands energy. So that sense of warmth, maybe passion, but it's more like the embrace. The embrace energy here is what we're leaning towards. Knowing that we can and that we feel good about it. There's no regrets behind that embrace. Okay, that's all I can really tell you, is that it feels right. Okay, that's all I can really tell you, is that it feels very, very right. So perhaps it wasn't time before, but it is now. Okay, all right. Let's pull some oracles. You speak to me through music. Try to jump out of my hand real quick. What's going on here, please? You speak to me through music. I'm sorry I criticized you. That's not you. It's them. I think. They criticized in some way. You don't seem to be angry about it. I think part of you's accepted it with the Hermit. But they're still sorry. I don't know why, but it's not just that it landed on their downline. It just hit that way. I'm sorry I criticized you. But you've already absorbed that. That was part of the stress. Maybe some part of you realizes it as being true in some way. I don't know. Because it doesn't seem to matter so much to you. I see things, that's what I'm saying. You've absorbed that. I see things differently now. So perhaps we're a little bit sharing of our experiences here. And the apologies and the sense of absorption and what we've learned is happening on both sides, which is ideal. Okay? That would explain more or less why you two are showing me the same things. All right. I was wrong, and that's what I just got done saying. The apology and what we've learned is running both ways here. So good. Again, similar, the shared. Okay. You're good. You're solid. No worries. I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I think the both of you in some way. Okay. All right. Virgo, this looks great. This looks healthy. This is lovely. It's kind of nice, actually. It's very sweet. Good luck to you both, and whatever that is and however form it takes. I just know that you're in a good position to handle it, and so are they. That's awesome. I hope this helps you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn. Show me Capricorn and their person. Show me Capricorn and their person. Like always, we're going to put down that baseline, do a 3-card advice draw, and then maybe some oracles, yeah? All right. King of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Knight of Cups. Hey, good for you. The Hierophant. 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. They don't know. Okay, I'll get to that. It's actually kind of sweet in a weird way. Page of Pentacles, Strength, and the 8 of Cups. Okay. 9 of Wands, Resistance. You know, guys, even though I just said it's kind of sweet in their own way, I don't see you going for it. I'm sorry. I just don't. 9 of Wands, you're currently on alert, if you will. You have blockages in place, and it's kind of like I said, good for you, because I mean it. You are showing me openness and feeling good about it, just not in this person's direction. Okay? Not in this person's direction. Your Knight of Cups seems to be moving in a different direction. So it's like you're saying, I'm open for business, just not with this. You're saying, I feel good, I'm practical, I'm grounded, I'm reliable, I'm resourceful, I'm head of household, and I am open to emotional expression. I am open to vulnerability. I am open to romanticism, maybe for some of you. You know, it's not too much. It's just about right for you. But you're saying there's some things that have to stay in place. However, you are showing me guardedness and just full on blockage. And I'm like, why? Because it's a little bit fumbly. Okay. The Hierophant, the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. There's some hesitation here about this person's feeling and what they stand by. Okay. But 9 of Cups, they're trying to show themselves a sense of wish fulfillment. They're having a difficult time standing by the execution of it. I almost said hexecution. Jeez. That's funny. I don't For some of you who believe in hexes, that's not my jam, but, you know, who knows? For some of you, that might have been a clarification. I hope not. Try not to believe in that stuff or lean into it, because then it will take over your life, and that in and of itself is a curse. So anyway, that's my spiel. The Hierophant, the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups. Yeah, there's some confusion here about how this person would like to commit their feelings. And everything begins with the self. So if this person is confused about what their wish fulfillment is based on how they love themselves, they're going to have a hard time standing behind what they want and what they believe in. So you're saying that's the exact kind of thing I'm shutting down. Page of Pentacles, Strength, the Eight of Cups. You're saying I will not be bothered in that kind of investment because there's nothing to invest in. And perhaps you're right. Okay. We do need to dig deeper here about understanding what we can stand by as the Hierophant. This is what I will allow myself to engage in because I believe in me and I believe that I am worth it. But if somebody keeps fumbling the real world energy, in other words, I want to feel strongly, but I don't know how to execute it or prove it, then perhaps you're right. Perhaps you're right. You're saying it's not worth the investment to invest in somebody who doesn't fully understand themselves or what they want. So I see people who have the potential. This person has strong markers for potential, but if they can't deliver it in the real world, you're right. Your practical nature is going to take over here and say it's not worth investing in because they might feel strongly that they want to believe in themselves more or even love me or have a connection with me, but if they can't prove it or stand by it, then it's not worth it. And you're correct. You're correct, and you have a way of really getting to the point. Capricorn does. And that's one of the things that, you know, your sign, like Scorpios, we're not the most popular for a reason. You know, we can be so emotionally obtuse and straightforward, and just, it can alarm people. And then Capricorn, you got that reputation for being so practical to the point it feels cutting. But these are our superpowers for a reason. It's how we learn to use and navigate the world and learn about ourselves and navigate ourselves. So I think you're just showing me what's in the best interest for you. Will you always turn this person down or have a wall up towards them? If they can ever figure out how to put themselves forward in a way that's believable and they show up strongly for it and not question themselves or second guess themselves, then I think the answer is yes. But for you, this is a strong no at this time. It may not be a strong no forever, but for now it's a strong no for you. It's like, it's not worth to invest in this. I'm not going to pull this towards me. I'm going to push it away. It's not worth the emotional investment for someone who isn't quite sure. And I agree with you. Until someone's absolutely sure, you got to put the goods where they're best invested. And you have quite a bit to work with, but it's in a way that's appropriate and healthy for you. You're saying I'm open, just not towards this. Right? And if you give me something more to work with, maybe one day I'll point that energy at you, but today is not that day. And, you know, you're very honest, and I appreciate that. Let's get the advice. I think you've made up your mind on the subject, but let's get some advice. I would just tell this person, know what the hell they want, and then stand by it. You know, figure yourself out. If you love yourself at all, and you really want something more, with Capricorn or anybody, know it, live by it, stand by it, figure it out. Make the investment. You know, the Hierophant here isn't giving permission for yes or no. They want to lean into yes, but the reality is not measuring up. So, let's get the advice, please. Let's get the advice, please. Yeah, Nine of Swords is popping up for everybody. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. It's kind of like... it's something that you really don't want to stress about. You really don't want to think about the work that goes into something. You just kind of want it to have a steady, natural pace. It's kind of like saying, I have enough responsibilities in my life as it is that actually show up in the real world. This shouldn't be one of them. This is something you shouldn't have to stress about, what someone can or cannot do, or build into or not build into, or give themselves permission to love or not. It's like, that's not my concern. You're saying, I have enough to focus on in the reality as it is. You're showing me lots of responsibility that you say already has your attention. You're open to the emotional side of things, but you already have things in place that say, this is, I kind of stick with what operates. And I don't want to have to put any more stress or thought into something or someone that doesn't need it or shouldn't have to. Okay? Going back to your particular process. All right, let's get some oracles for you. Oh, okay. Righty-roo. Some part of me knew. Yeah. I projected my unhappiness onto you. I wasn't thinking. Okay. I love you, but you and I were too young. Again, there's that sense of, I'm not saying youth here at all. I'm saying a kind of naivety, the inability to understand that how we love someone else is our ability to love ourselves first. And until this person can get on board with themselves and what they want, they're never going to get on board with you. So there's that. I do think that there is love here. But if this person never fully developed it at a mature level, I don't care how old they are. The Hierophant suggests spiritually old energy. Okay? Or someone who should know better, bare minimum. But if they never really got to know themselves, particularly at a younger age, etc. But some part of me knew. I projected my unhappiness onto you. And they knew, in other words, that you were going to reject them in some way. They weren't thinking of how they weren't open or standing by this. And that inability to be connected to the self somehow got projected onto you. You know? I believe. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Like I said, it may not be no forever, but it is no for today, at least for now. I hope this helped. Like I said, put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio, please. Show me Scorpio in their person. Like always, we're going to put down that baseline first. Do a 3-card advice draw and some oracles. Show me Scorpio. What's going on? Three of Cups. Page of Swords. The 7 of Cups. You're like, I'm thinking about it, but... What a reaction. Ace of Wands, the 3 of Swords, the Fool. Okay. Page of Cups, the Hermit, the Queen of Cups. Okay. Overview, the Emperor. That's interesting because of what you showed me right here. Overall, you're showing me a sense of empowerment, your standard for everyday operation so far. And that's just, I tend to be empowered. That's my preference. Okay, so make decisions, we stand by them, enforce them. Make the decisions, stand by them, enforce them, so on and so forth. You're saying that works for you, right? And then something over here is starting to hit your cups, and you're like, I don't know about that. And it is kind of a bit of a reaction compared to the Emperor. It's so low level. But for some reason, you're showing me, I don't know about that. 3 of Cups, Page of Swords, 7 of Cups. That's a lot of hesitation. It requires emotional flexibility, the willingness to try, the willingness to connect. And you're like, I don't know if I want to be bothering with that. Page of Swords says he's not convinced. And not convinced. Like, yeah, not convinced. Because that page is, the reason they're associated with spying is because of observation principle. Observation, because the Page of Swords is the least equipped to do anything. So, like, because I don't know. I'm not prepared to act. I'm just going to sit and look at this for a second. So there is an offer here to connect or reconnect. And it would require being emotionally open in some way. Some way. Options in love. The willingness to try. To just take a peek, see what's up. Ace of Wands, 3 of Swords, the Fool. This person is a little scared about fear of rejection. Okay, but they're saying, I'm going to try. It's nice. 3 of Swords, classically, guys, we have to remember is fear of rejection. It's the shadow that surrounds the heart. I'm afraid I'm going to be rejected. Okay, and that can be enough to stay anybody's hand. But this person's like, nah. Ace of Wands, I'm gonna try it. Okay, Ace of Wands is bigger than that 3 of Swords. And the Fool, yeah, they're going to try. They're going to try. They're going to try. They're going to open up towards you. And it's kind of like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put on a brave face. I'm going to be the fool for this. I'm going to try. Let's see if I can connect with Scorpio. And you're like, Immediately with the hesitation. Immediately with the... Page of Cups, the Hermit, the Queen of Cups. It's interesting. In the willingness to open up your heart towards this, it could be actually very healing. Could be. Is this a brand new entry, Scorpio? And that's why you're showing me the hesitation and the misgivings and that I don't know if I can trust this. Automatically, straight out the gate with that. Straight out the gate. Here you are being empowered and one little cup throws you off. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. come on now. And what? It's my process. Leave me alone. It's what I do. Somebody asks me out and then I check them out for 2 weeks online. Okay? That's what I do. Think I don't know. I, above all people, am very qualified to call us out on our shit. I know our method. I'm familiar with it. Guys, you know, I see the possibility of things unfolding in a kind of soft, natural, easy, non-rushed way if you choose to open your heart towards this. Put it this way. They're afraid of rejection. You're like, I don't even know if I should bother. So this person's classically overcoming that fear of rejection to connect with you, to take a chance on you. So you'd be taking as much a chance on them, you know? So while I always preach to us to be cautious with your heart, that also means maybe just starting out with the page. Giving it a little try, okay? If you're so empowered the way you say you are, this shouldn't be an issue for you. So I understand and appreciate your immediate hesitation. But I'm also going to say what I tell everyone else, you will not know until you try. This person's trying, and they have a fear of rejection. But they got a good spirit going along with it. So me personally, yeah, I say yes to that. Everybody's nervous. It's called nerves. You know, that's it. I'm kind of nervous about asking you out, but I'm going to overcome that because I got to try. And I respect that. I respect people who try and put themselves out there. It's a scary thing. It's not easy. So respect. What's a page of cup going to cost you, huh? Just don't run away with it. But I'm just saying, with, you know, some wisdom, experience, and some slowness there, the hermit's not known for being rushed. No. Look at the way your heart space unfolds a little bit. Okay? Caution comes down, and you feel a lot more relaxed. It might be worth a cup, yeah? If I was doing a full reading for you, I'd probably put that in the title and piss everybody off. It might be worth a cup. What the hell does that even mean? That's the... When I use those vague titles, which, trust me, I'm aware of what they're like, it pisses people off. And that's one of the reasons why I like to do it, because I have that little bit of Scorpio of obnoxiousness, a little bit. Yeah, because I know. Why should I give everything away in the title? Huh? Why should I? People who want the real tarot will watch it. Yeah? I'm not going to do that. Put everything in the title. No, honey. We're known for subtlety. Okay? We're known for subtlety. We undress in layers. All right? We leave things to the imagination. A lot. What's going on? Let's get some advice, please, for Scorpio. Let's get some advice, please, for Scorpio. The Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, the Lovers. Oh, there's your initial resistance. There's the initial resistance, and I see you. I'm being guarded with my heart. Thank you. I know, honey. You have a beautiful heart. And I understand this. We are emotional investors. The Ace of Cups is our master symbol. Okay? I want people to be cautious with their heart, particularly if you're water-oriented. I'm just saying, it could be worth it, lovers. There's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You do whatever you feel is best for you. But some things and people are worth letting your guard down just a little bit. Okay? For God's sakes, you can spare a cup. Okay. I don't know if I want to connect that. And yes, to answer some of your question, the Ace of Wands in the proximity to the Three of Cups, because I already know you were going to ask me that. Sorry. Could it be that person? Is it renewal? Is it a reconnect? It could be. It's up to you. I just know it's coming towards you. As a proposition. You'll know soon enough. Okay? I hope that you can forgive me. Okay. No wonder there's a fear of rejection in this person. Right smack in the middle. Three of Swords, very auspicious, right in the heart of the matter. Caught that one. Hope you can forgive me. Yeah, this might be someone who qualifies as someone we used to know. Nevertheless, I would still kind of say yes to this. I'll tell you why. It takes nerve. I respect that. Okay? It takes nerve. I see things differently now. As they say, this could expand your heart, honey. But again, it's up to you. Taurus free will. How your response. I believe that's you. That's why I laugh. How can I help you? How can I help you? No, that could be them too. Is there anything I can do to help or something like that? But it's kind of like, what are we working with here? How can I help you today? Like what's going on? I don't know. That hit me so funny. That hit me so funny. Oh my God. Oh my God. Scorpio, get out of here. Come on. You're fine. This is fine. You got the weary eye on it at first. Yes, it could be brand new. It could also be someone whom we used to know, and perhaps we could work things out with, and it unfolds beautifully regardless. But how can I help you with how can I help you? You're not going to get much more out of me until I know what's going on. It's so us. That is so us. But it could be in a form of assistance as well. Okay? All right, Scorpio, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? I still got a little tear in my eye from laughing so hard at Scorpios. It was funny. God. How do you know you're looking at a Scorpio? Tell me you're doing a Scorpio reading without telling me a Scorpio. That's how classic that one. Anyway, I'm just letting you know. If I go like this. That's how I know I've had a good laugh, is when I start to water up at the eye. It's so involuntary, right? But that's the best stuff, though. Honest reactions. All right. Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces in their person. Show me Pisces in their person. Like always, we're going to put down the baseline and do a 3-card advice draw, and then some oracles. Show me Pisces. There we go. What's going on? Six of Swords, 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands. Good for you. It's very recent. It's fresh, but keep at it. You'll be fine. 4 of Swords, the Lovers, the Devil. Yeah. You, of course, the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Knights of Wands. Yeah. This is a very recent decision, so you're going to have moments where you're going to need to remind yourself to continue to move forward, so let's get that out of the way. There's nothing here that's meant maliciously. It's just in your best interest. In Knights of Wands, your energy, you're feeling good, and you want to move forward. Sense of optimism, positivity, just feeling better, feeling good. But there is that sense of enthusiasm. I got this, or I can do this. And I believe you. You're just, remember, I'm going to remind you that decision's fairly fresh. So you're going to have to reinforce it from time to time, because whatever this is occasionally going to force you to want to look backwards. Okay? So I want you to trust this. That has movement. The Knight of Wands is move it forward, but it's done so in a way that suggests we're happy and optimistic. I want you to stay in there. 6 of Swords, 3 of Wands, 2 of Swords. Good for you. You have made a very strong decision, but soft. In other words, it's right for you. It's more of a mental thing. To move on and move away specifically from waiting. You're saying you got one life to live, right? I don't know how long you were waiting, but it was long enough for you to understand it, see it for what it was, and then tell yourself to stop. It's not mean. It's not malicious. I think it's just you making decisions in your best interest, and I want more people to do exactly that. So good job. But here's the thing. Here's why I'm giving you a check. Every now and again, you're going to be tempted to stop and look at this, stop, interact with it, or stop and turn around and talk to it. I'm going to want you to remember how much time you spent waiting and understanding the futility of it, and why you made the decision at all to move forward is because what you were experiencing for yourself personally was stronger than what was prompting you to wait. That need, that sensation to get on with your life and do other things versus not. And I'll tell you why every now and again you're going to stop and want to hesitate and look backwards. 4 Swords, the Lovers, the Devil. This is unrequited. It is straight up unrequited. I've seen this many times, and I will continue to see it many times. The Devil and the Lovers, when they're close to each other, it almost always is unrequited. And when they're right next to each other like that, it's 99.9% of the time. Whatever this is very strong. It's very, very strong. The Lovers and the Devil is a very powerful combination. And it typically suggests in some way it did not come forward as the connection was intended. It did not connect. This is the Lovers. It takes many parts, right? Mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. And for two people, they have to choose it repeatedly for it to fit. Okay? But what happens when one element's off? You know, things don't line up correctly, and it pisses people off because it's the idea of it got so close. Or I've never been so strongly connected to something like this in my life. How come I can't have it? So it's going to do things to us like put us in this position of feeling like we need to wait because this connection's so damn strong we can't imagine ourselves without it, or not waiting for it to get it together, to recognize it for what it is, to accept it, to embrace it, to choose it, right? So we're going to have really strong motivation to stick around and see how this thing plays out. Unless one person can't get it together or two people can't get it together. Because Lovers, the unrequited piece can be coming from one side or both sides. Or it can be that horrible trade-off thing where one person's ready, the other person's not, but they still both want it. But they're not choosing it correctly because someone's not ready. The other person is. Or then they switch. You meet again 5 years later. Now that person's ready and the other person's not. You see what I'm saying? That's that connection that really pisses people off. Because it feels so strong. But it fails to ignite and line up. So a lot of people don't mess around with it. Because it's one of the strongest things you can experience and therefore elicit the strongest reactions if it doesn't line up correctly. Time, space, someone's readiness versus someone else's unreadiness, etc. So this person has a strong case of they need to heal this connection for themselves first and foremost, because everything begins with the self. They need to understand their part in it, how they participated in it, and where they failed to line up with you. So the unrequited is falling. I'm not saying anyone's here it's fault. I'm saying the unrequited, at least at this time, is falling largely on their side. You waited. I understand your motivation behind it, but that in and of itself was incorrect. The more we wait on someone, the least likely they are to perform. It's the idea of we watch the pot and it never boils, that thing. The more you sit there and watch your lover hoping that they'll finally embrace this and understand this connection, etc., it's just never going to boil. Some people have to learn how to boil on their own time, not your time or dime. And that means you giving up this idea of waiting, being willing to part ways from it and do other things. And then maybe at last they might have some motivation or inclination to do stuff on their own time. And it could take forever or not at all. It may never come through. I don't know. I'm just telling you, all this to say is that you did the right thing. You can't wait. Or, I mean, you can, but you see what happened. You see where that got you. Right? That's why I tell people, you never volunteer, and you never ask someone. When people understand other people are waiting for them, they have no motivation to change. Okay? And you've been wanting change. That's what that Knight of Wands is. Direction, specifically. The High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Swords. You know, while you understand this is causing you conflict to part ways with this, you also feel better simultaneously. You know this. You feel it on the inside. Your sense of passion, drive, and ambition started to go outward the day you started to stop waiting for this. So does it cause you conflict? Are you going to have sleepless nights? Did I do the right thing? Should I really part ways from this? Oh, you're going to have all that. You're going to have all that. But look at your emotional reaction. Do you feel better? Yeah. Will they ever get it together? I have no clue. That's another reading for another day. I have no idea. Again, there might have been a time on your two's timeline when you were at fault and unrequited. Who knows? I don't know. The thing is, this is one of those things that is clearly on their side of the board. And of course, if you're cross-watching Pisces and you're screaming at me it's the other way, then it's the other way. Pisces, the person, the situation. Reverse energies as you see fit, as I said in the opening. Okay? Typically, I find the cross watcher is the one that associates with the side that has the most to prove or feel that they have the most in terms of emotional investment, etc. You know, because they really want that other person to still care and be invested. I understand. That's why I don't discourage cross-watching. But just please know, it can cause a lot of harm if you're seeing something you don't want to see. So reverse energies as you see fit, resonate, doesn't resonate, etc. We should know that by now. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Seven of Swords, avoidance, Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Whoever avoided the 3D of actually putting themselves into it, time, energy, and effort spent specifically, is the one who's most at fault. So here's one of the connectors that I was talking about: spiritual, emotional, physical, okay, etc. And spirit, all that jazz. Someone here failed to step into the 3D energy. In other words, give this their best shot and take it seriously. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, to offer that sense of full investment. I'm here, I'm showing up for this. You can count on me. I'm trying to construct this in my real world. Here's the proof. Here's the proof that I'm taking this seriously. I show up when I say I'm going to show up. I do what I say I'm going to do. I give real tangible parts of myself to this connection and mean it. That was the avoidance for somebody. Otherwise, perhaps between you two, the emotionality might have been in place. The mentality might have been in place. The spirituality might have been in place. That sense of spiritual connectivity that goes beyond rhyme and reason. But the earth is where it failed. Okay? This is the part that didn't click. Real world investment, taking it seriously. And having the proof to back it up, that this connection means something to them and it shows up in reality. Okay? Investment. Real investment. Okay? Time, energy, and effort of one's whole self. Their best offer. This is mine. I gotta put myself into this if I want to keep it. That kind of thing. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. How can I help you? You came closer than anyone. I know those really strong connections are going to feel like they came closer than anybody. Like I said, you get close to that kind of magic, you don't forget it. You came closer than anyone. And how can I help you? Now that's interesting. Scorpio got that same one there towards the end. And that's actually what kicked off my funny bone. This is different, I think. How can I help you? I realize how much I hurt you. There might be some communication coming through that expresses some of these things. How can I be of assistance? Or that trying to communicate, assistance, relatability, helpfulness, resourcefulness, something like that. That's for some of you. I didn't see any active communication. Except down here when I said you're going to be tempted to turn backwards and sometimes look at this or communicate with it. So Tarot's at will, free will. Okay. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. If there's some real healing elements in here that's being expressed from the other side, then you take it from there. If it's something that you feel you cannot trust the communication, therefore your participation in it, then go back to your main point is that I have to leave this behind. Okay. It's going to come down differently to each of you. But for some of you, it looks like, yes, expect some sort of communication. And depending on its realness and authenticity, it will be shown right away that someone legitimately cares and is trying to show up, or they're not. Okay? That's it. That's all there is. Pisces, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer, please. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer. Oh, happy birthday. Of course. Of course. Only got a couple of those left, yeah? But we're getting there. So, if you've had your birthday, and I'm sure many of you have, happy birthday. I hope it was awesome. And for those of you who are still upcoming, I hope it's also equally awesome. You know what? No, I think about it. We got 2 more weeks, yeah? After a while, honey, they all start to run together, honestly. After a while, so this is out 7/7. We should still be in your season upwards to the 22, 22nd, 23rd, somewhere like that. Yeah, okay, so we still got plenty of birthday time. Yay! All right. Anyway, happy birthday. What's going on, please? And for those of you who's today, happy birthday. What's going on? Show me Cancer. Show me Cancer in their person. Show me Cancer in their person. All right. We're going to start with the baseline, of course, then do a 3-card advice draw, and then some oracles, okay? The Hanged Man, Perspective, the Lovers, the Page of Wands. You know, we're getting some non-judgmental, this is interesting, a suspension of judgment surrounding a strong lover's connection, and actually leaning towards Page of Wands, being a little open towards it. What that means, I'm not sure, but let's keep going. The Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Swords, and the King of Wands. A lot of insight here. Wheel of Fortune, Six of Swords. Time has passed since this energy exited or moved away. But they're good. King of Wands. Okay. Two of Cups. The World. The Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords. There's still some pain in your heart. I think that's why you have been looking at this lover's connection, rather its effect on you. And what I like about it is that you've suspended all judgment of it. Whatever it is that you felt was true about it, yourself, your part in it, you've kind of suspended that. And it's most likely in the interest of understanding where your heartache is coming from and how it's affected you to this day. So it's kind of like saying, you know what, whatever it is I think about that lover's connection, let's just suspend it real quick. And maybe that will help me understand my own residual heartache. And there is. It doesn't hit as freshly as it used to. I would say that 4 of Cups or 5 of Cups, it was still active. But for you, it's kind of like, you know what, it's teaching me a lot. Now that I've kind of suspended everything I thought I knew about it or assumed I knew about it, myself included in that, because the Lovers takes 2, you're saying it's actually put you in a position of a Page of Wands, to feeling a little bit more open, like you have a little bit more breathing room in this connection than perhaps you once did, and perhaps it doesn't weigh on you as heavily as it used to. There's something there very critical about I took the time to suspend it and all judgment of it, and just maybe relax around that particular lover's feeling, which can be quite strong. And it puts you in the position of a Page of Wands, being a little more open. Not so closed off or it's defined or this is how it is. No, there's something here about the flexibility of spirit and feeling. And maybe you're thinking too. It's interesting. The Wheel of Fortune, Six of Swords, the King of Wands. You know, this is someone, again, I'm seeing the passage of time. This is not fresh for either one of you. After their particular exit, their energy has grown in that sense of King of Wands. They seem to be passionate, driven. They seem to be good too. They do. They seem to be in an open place themselves, ready to rock and roll in their lives, whatever that means to them. I'm not saying that, you know, they're awesome or that, you know, anyone's here is at fault. I'm just saying completely 2 different processes. I don't think you know so much about them since the exit. Okay? And that's probably why. If I was clarifying, I could give you a better idea of what they've been up to, but that's just not what we're doing here today. This is what I can see. The Two of Cups, the World, the Two of Pentacles. There's still a question here that even though that whatever this is, the Two of Cups, some sort of emotional union between you two, it's looking like it was always felt by both sides, but perhaps neither side fully understood or knew that when it last connected. There was always question about that. So the Two of Cups was there. That means both sides had feelings. But the World came and kind of cycled whatever that out was, whatever the connection value was, whether or not it was equal, who felt what exactly, that kind of got cycled out. There was no more room for question once somebody made their exit. But the Two of Pentacles suggests, I think, although perhaps it was never really confirmed, we both felt the same way at the same time, and perhaps we always did. And I think that's one of the things you're contemplating in your state of suspension. You know, not assuming their feelings or yours, but just maybe accepting that you both felt something and it was powerful in your own rights. How you felt it is how you felt it, how they felt it is how they felt it, but the point here is that you both felt something. And that was equal enough. And it was possibly strong enough. Okay? This is a huge learning point for you, and I don't know why. I'm not seeing their activity and approximation to you. I see your process, and perhaps more or less where there was confusion, but still a main point the whole time. And there's something here about that suspended state, no judgment, that's allowed you to kind of safely explore the subject and not get hung up on this, that, and the other, or faults. Just maybe accepting it for what it was, that there was feeling on both sides, and perhaps it was equally strong and equally valid, and letting go of the assumptions. Okay? It's helped you in some way. It has. It's made your energy softer and less rigid, I think. I don't know why I'm saying this. So perhaps for some of you it's confirmation. Whether or not this person will ever make a reappearance in your life, or yours and theirs, I don't know. That might be, like I was telling somebody else, another reading for another time. But this, if anything else, if it gives you reassurance, confirms to me what perhaps you've been experiencing is that you've had some spiritual and emotional growth around this subject safely, and it's helped lighten you up a little bit, okay? And not putting parameters around this or labels or boxes or whatever. It's just a strong admission that there was always feelings here on both sides. I think I can better see that now. And mine were strong, and maybe theirs were too, you know? All right. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. I don't know. It's hard to tell with the lovers. There's always a strong chance, in my opinion, that it'll come back around. Perhaps it has before. I don't know. Those strong connections are not easily let go of, but there is much to be learned from them, even if we can't keep them, you know? There's always something to learn. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords. Oh, I hate that kind of hinge. That kind of hinge drives me nuts. If I had seen it this way, Six of Swords, okay, Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, I would have said we moved away, somebody here moved away from this idea of offering their best selves to the Six of Cups, the soul bond energy. Of course it is. Fond memories, that uniqueness, that two people can channel each other without having to use explicit words. It's just that sense or that sensation, but this time it's now tied to memories, so you two have memories, shared emotionality, that unique flow that's hard to define, right? And you've shared stories, you've shared cups, you've shared meals, that kind of thing. The good memories that happen over the table. Okay, so the intimacy I don't know, but it's that fondness that's developed between two people. And someone, Six of Swords, withdrew their Ace of Pentacles, their best offer, okay, of really giving to this. But it came out like that. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Six of Swords. Whatever this is isn't completely done. It might be something that we kind of quote-unquote get back to when the time is right. When perhaps we are in a position to offer more of ourselves. Somebody. Okay? I don't like to do false hope, but I read things the way I read things. Remember, if you can drift away with the Six of Swords, you can drift backwards. It kind of depends on position and surrounding cards. Here I have the fondness of that soul bond and memories with the possibility of brand new next to a soul bond, so that automatically put it back to renew. Then the Six of Swords. I don't know. I don't like the vague stuff, guys, but we're not doing the detail work today, and I'm not really into the timeline stuff because people get really hung up on that. I don't know. I watch you with your family. Be that you in your suspended state, perhaps you reflect on them, maybe physically look on them, social media, that kind of thing, because it helps. So long as you're not opening old wounds, but rather learning how to close them. Okay. That's why I fundamentally don't have a problem with cross-watching unless it opens the old wounds and it doesn't help heal them. And it could be them who reflects upon you and looks in upon you from time to time. Okay? But someone here says, I watch you with your family. It's that kind of outsider looking in thing, okay? Feeling excluded, but at the same time, hopefully it helps us learn. I am helping you now. I wish things could be different. I wish things could be different. I am helping you now. Somebody's showing up in the future in some way. Okay. I wish things could be different. That's feeling like something this person said, expressed or felt. I wish things could be different. I do see them as being the one prompting the leaving. Okay. I wish things could be different or had been. Could be something that you said or reflected on. I don't know. I am helping you now. That's more present oriented and suggests someone's showing up in some way. Okay. Please take care of yourself. There's that expression in there. Please take care of yourself. I'm helping you now. There's could be, I saw that for a couple of folks, some form of assistance, some sort of soft offer in future. Okay. Cancer, honey, regardless, I do hope this helped you. I think it was a beautiful form of reflection, but there is something here I can't quite see that seems to be hovering around this that suggests soon. Okay? Like I said, I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.